Haven't posted a video in a little while. You're going to see a sneak peek of the upcoming projects because I have been working on this almost every day. And I said I would discuss the tranny mount and how to figure out the angle. Now, what I did is this point here is flat with the tranny pan. So I zeroed the top of the frame and then put an angle finder on here and zeroed it. And it roughly put the motor around 5 degrees back. So then I put an angle finder here, put that here on the pan so I can get the angle. I know it says 5.4 because it's not perfectly flat when I zeroed it, but that's the idea there. And then make sure the motor is centered, or the tranny is centered on the frame. And as you can see, I have an intake and a few other things on this motor. So if you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification, I will be posting more updates. I kind of failed on getting the video for this, so I will be filling it in right now with this. And then, all right, so this is a Ford MP205 to the Chevy 4L80. I will be making a video when I have this off all removed because I did mount the transfer case to the tranny when it was on the bench, so it's easier to work on. I will go over the clocking ring, how the adapter's there, what clearancing I needed to do for that transfer case adapter, all of that stuff. That is a Chevy OEM part. With the Ford transfer case, I just swapped an input shaft to the Chevy transfer case spline on the Ford MP205, and then did a little bit of notching to get that mounted on there. So I will discuss that in a future video when I have all this drivetrain out so I can do a bunch of welding. And I will go more into detail with that and put some links with different part numbers and stuff that I did. So if you wanted to run a Ford transfer case behind an LS 4L80 combo, you can buy some fairly inexpensive OEM parts and do this conversion without having to buy an Off-Road Designs or Advanced Adapters kit. So I did it more budget, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would like to see that, so I will make sure to include that in the future, and I'll explain that, put all the links, all of that stuff in there. So basically, how the transfer case mount, I got that to be 0, and then I measured from this point here to the center of this bolt on the tranny mount, and then I made tabs that corresponded with that. Then I bolted these tabs onto the bushing, set it down, checked it, made sure it's still 0, which it was, and then I was able to tack it in place. And once it was tacked into place on both sides, the transfer case was good and mounted. This is a very heavy transfer case, so I will be running a cross member from link mount to link mount and making a mount that goes on the back of the transfer case here with the bushing to help support that. I am thinking I will also do something off of these dash tubes to the back of the heads with another bushing to help support it, because I don't want this motor to be moving around a lot. I know these motor mounts and tranny mounts will be causing some vibration, but that's a price you got to pay for stuff that won't flex and it won't cause any other issues in the future. So I'll be doing that, and this is an off-road toy, so a little vibration doesn't really matter since you're driving on off-road trails and you get that vibration no matter what anyways. Also, as you can see, I have a little front Y pipe with some flipped exhaust manifolds and turbo here. So I will be doing a little post in future video explaining the Y pipe, how I was able to get that and merge these 2.5-inch Y pipes into this 3-inch with the wastegate, all of that stuff, and how I mounted it with this flex coupler. So hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching. And if you're interested in seeing how a somewhat budget turbo setup gets put in, this will be for you, and I'm hoping to make around 700 horsepower with 10 psi of boost, because this motor isn't a built forged bottom end. So let's just start with that and go from there.